Hello, everyone. I am recording this. I know how to talk. I'm recording this at 9:46 a.m. and hoping that everyone's still trying to wake up and I won't get too much background noise. Hopefully, I can get. I'm looking to get a better mic in the next couple of months, I think. Yeah. So, hello, everyone. Um, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, hasn't it? I really let this go when I entered college. And maybe, yeah, I have not been uploading. There hasn't been anything to do. I could have vlogged my college years, but no, I was too busy actually working in college. Ah, well, that's how it be sometimes. So, it is actually my senior year. Oh my god, it's my senior year. I'll be graduating by the end of the year. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so to the point of this video, here's a little sketchbook flip through while I explain to you my goals for the new year. Oh my god, New Year's resolutions. Actually, I did kind of start early, like the last couple weeks of December. I was already pumping out so much art. I was so happy. You can, if you go through my Instagram, you'll see where I kind of died in 2022 and when I came back to life in 2023. Anyway, so goal setting for the new year. I keep getting off track. I wrote a script and I'm still getting off track. So, yes, goal setting. My primary goal is to reconnect. Oh, sorry, I hit the table. To reconnect with my sketchbook, form a sketchbook habit. This was heavily inspired by my favorite artist, Victoria Gedvillas. She's wonderful. I love her so much. I rewatch all of her videos all the time. She's so okay. Anyway, I do want to have a sketchbook habit again because I haven't made a lot of art in the past couple of years. But okay. Anyway, I'm going over in circles. I don't know where to go, where to. My brain. I woke up like an hour ago. Started editing. So yeah. I want to have a sketchbook habit. As I said last video, I have never completed a single sketchbook. As you can see here, at the end of each sketchbook, I'll flip through the remaining pages. You will see I have not completed a single one. I will say I have 3 other sketchbooks, sketch pads, if that makes a difference to you. That's 18 by 12 inches. They're huge, and I just can't fit them. Can't fit them on my desk to record the flip through. And I will say that none of them have been completed either. One of them I think was from 2015 to 2018, and another 2019 to 2020 for school, and another one I started just last year, so cut me some slack. It's okay if it's not finished. So yeah, I have not finished a single sketchbook. That's why I want to form my sketchbook habit. As I said, it was inspired by Victoria Gedvillas, and what she did was do it. Okay, at first she did it daily for 30 days, and then she did it 5 days a week, and then respected her weekends. But for me, as a college student, I don't have the time to make art daily and then record a video daily and then edit it, blah, 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 blah. It's just, I don't have the time for that. I have 2 coding subjects. And even though it's only 5 hours a day, that's going to be a lot of behind the scenes work outside the classroom. And then I have my fully, whatever. I don't need to explain my schedule to you. I'm busy. I'm a busy college student. So instead of daily, I plan to do this. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, instead of daily, I want to do this weekly because I made my schedule that I have extra free days in the week so I can focus on myself and my art and things I enjoy, things I like to do. So Yeah, to do this weekly. So, maybe this could be fun. The last video and this one are pretty long. They're pretty long. So, maybe you can join me, reconnect with your art, fall in love with your creations again. Because I feel like a lot of us have burnt out the past couple of years. So, I know how to talk. Let's do this together. You know, fall in love with art again. Oh, I don't know if I think I'm a little hungry. That's fine. I'll have breakfast in a bit. So yeah, join me at like each video. Bring out your sketchbook and we can like doodle a little something. Oh, that reminds me. It's something I forgot to write down in my script. This is your reminder that sketchbooks don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be magnificent and beautiful because sketchbooks are where you try new things. They're where you experiment. They're where you just jot down any ideas. It does not have to be pretty. Don't let those sketchbook tours like alter your ideas of what a sketchbook should be. A sketchbook is what you make it to be. It doesn't have not every page has to be a finished piece. There we go. I know what I wanted to say. Like as I'm flipping through this, you can see that a lot of it is just me messing around, just trying something. And to be fair, okay, I will say I do a lot of finished pieces in my sketchbooks because I don't want to invest in really expensive paper to put my finished works in. It's also less risk, right? Like if I want this to be a finished piece, but then it doesn't look right, at least it's in the sketchbook and not like super expensive fancy paper. I'm getting off track. Uh, so I want to share my specific goal setting for this sketchbook habit. Wowee! Trying trying new things. Is it really trying new things if I'm just getting back into something I used to do a lot? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm feeling very good about this. I have good feelings. High hopes. Okay. So, for very specific goals. My first one is to be more patient. Like if you go through my speed paints on this channel, oh my god, that's so weird to say. If you go through my speed paints, I'm used to working very fast. At the end of each video, like where I put the credits, like what I drew specifically, the music I used, the programs I used, blah blah blah. At the very end of it, I would write like how long it took me to finish that specific piece, and a lot of it is just like an hour, 2 hours. I'm used to working fast. Like a lot of the artists I know spend days on one piece. Haha, One Piece mention. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, a lot of my artist friends go days working on a piece and wait, excuse me. I can spend like under 2 hours for a finished piece. And I don't know if that's just how I am, that I can work fast, that I can draw fast, or if it's like the tendency I would have where I think, oh, it's good enough, and I don't want to be quote unquote good enough. I want to be able to do my best. I want to put out there something great because I can. Like one of my professors actually noticed that, like, oh, you have a tendency to think that's enough, and when you're capable of doing so much more. Can I say that doing something for a requirement is different for doing something because I care about it? Because if it's a requirement, I just want to pass. But for something like this, like, okay, I know I'm in an arts course. But it's it's a different kind of art. And when it comes to painting and illustration, it's something I do care about, and I don't want to have that it's good enough tendency. Especially with watercolor. Like when we get to like the watercolor portions, you're gonna see I don't know if you will see it, but there are portions where it's like they all bled into each other because I wasn't patient enough with letting the water dry, and I don't have a hair dryer I can use to make it speed up, blah 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 blah. So there. I want to be more patient with myself and to push myself a little more because I don't want to stay in it's good enough. I want to be great. Second, that was just my first specific goal. My second specific goal is to use more references. Because again, I've gotten complacent with sketching from my imagination. Like, excuse me, like a lot of the things I drew on this channel, yes, there were references. I think that's why a lot of my art on this channel is pretty good. There were a lot of references used. But in like 2022, I feel like I could no longer draw from my imagination, or at least not well. I have like character designs and stuff, but when it comes to trying to pose them or an interesting expression, it just doesn't exist. Like I feel like my internal visual library just ceased to exist. Like I don't know if you'll see it, but in the 2022 era of art, I felt like my skills severely deteriorated. I feel like all of my creative energy went elsewhere and then burnt out. I will say the end of 2022 and early 2023 were the worst like times of my life creatively. I could not make anything. Like in my head, it's like, oh, I want to do this, but I literally just could not sit at my desk and draw. So I just started ranting. I'm so sorry. So there, I felt like my skills deteriorated rather than gotten better. So because of that, I want to incorporate using more references. And like, oh, that's another thing. Not just using references, but to not rely on it heavily. I know it's like, it's a weird mix, but I want to be able to use it effectively, right? I don't know how to explain what's going on in my head. Because sometimes when I use references, they end up really stiff. And I find myself trying to I find myself trying to make my art more realistic when that's not the style I'm comfortable with. I don't know if you can hear the cat. Okay. So there. I want to understand figures more. Wait. Okay. I want to understand figures more. I love drawing people. I love people. Like, even in my photography, my landscapes are so boring because I love people. My God. It's just... I should share my photography here. I promise you, I'm not the greatest, but I'd like to think I'm pretty good. Anyway. Ooh, I could do that. I could use my own photography as references. I should do that. I'll do that. You know what? I will include that in my goals. Use my own photography as references. Okay. Understand figures more, which is still under references. Because, people... I want to be able to draw, like... What's the opposite of stiff? Flow. I wanted to have a good flow, basically. I'd like to think I got back into it the end of 2023 in the watercolor ones. Yeah, there's one specific one. There are two watercolor works in 2023 that I'm particularly proud of. One of which I'm actually going to share next week. Woo, exciting. You will see it at the end of this video because I've already done it. But I recorded painting it and I was so happy with it. So I am already starting these goals of mine. That makes me very happy. Okay, third, making marks. Okay, this is weird. Cause okay, especially with traditional art, I feel like each mark has a purpose. Because I say that specifically in traditional art because the more you erase you kind of like ruin the paper a bit, you mess up the fibers. So I want to learn how to make each mark purposefully. Excuse me. I want each mark to have intention, you know? Like, I don't just slap it on, call it a day. No, they have a purpose. Each mark has a purpose. I don't know how else to explain that, but you know, each. Think of it like Van Gogh. You see each brush stroke, and they all serve a purpose. Right? Does that make more sense? When you look at Starry Night, does it make more sense to think of each brush stroke having an intention? It does something. Every stroke does something. Like, I don't want to like just draw the same circle 5 times to create my guidelines. I want to be able to do more with less, right? Like, I want you will okay. Words are hard. I feel like I should be able to communicate a lot more with less strokes of the brush, right? Like, I can picture it in my head. I can't show it because, you know, you're looking at my sketchbook. Care about my sketchbook. But it is possible to, like, communicate so much. Oh my god, I'm just saying the same thing. But I'm just picturing myself with, like, a little brush pen. And with one stroke, like, drawing the arc of the back. And then when you add pressure, you like form the butt. And then another line, like with the same like line with less pressure, you draw in the thigh, right? I can picture that in my head, being able to draw all of that with one line. That's what I mean. Like having each mark. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my neighbor. That's weird. I want each mark to serve something, and I want to be able to communicate more with using less. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to write this one down. I don't know how I remembered it. One specifically for watercolor is to how do I say this? Push my values. Like if you look through when are we in the watercolor portion? I don't know. I'm not recording this while looking at the speed. I'm not recording this while looking at the video. I'm looking at the script. But in the watercolor ones, it looks like I'm so afraid to go darker. Like my black colors aren't that black kind of thing. You know? And okay, part of it I will attribute to a dry shift. For those who don't know, a dry shift is like the difference between what the paint looks like wet and what it looks like dry. I'd like to think that part of it is dry shift, where I think it looks dark and then it isn't. Yeah, I want to be able to push my values more. And like, you know, respect highlights of the paper and also be able to reach something really dark. Yeah, I'd like to think I'm good with color, but not so much with value. I want to improve with that specifically. Okay. My last specific goal for the sketchbook habit, well, more or less, second to last, okay, is finding my voice. Like, when I am using the references or something, I find that I'm trying too hard to mimic that style, which is really hard when my references are like real people, like photographs. So I want to be able to, I want to be able to embrace what I can create and pick it up from there. Because you don't force out an art style. It comes from you. Like it just happens. It just happens when you learn your fundamentals and you keep practicing, your style just comes. And I want to embrace that style instead of like trying to mimic someone else's. Instead of just trying to be, I don't want to be someone else. I have a voice and I want to find that, because I had such a strong artistic voice when I was 16. Like going through my old art, I had a very strong voice. It was so stylized and artistic. And not that I want to go back to it because, we improve, we get better, styles change. I want, I kind of want to ditch that old art style where it's super stylized. I don't know. I don't know. I'll find something. I'll make it work. Not gonna force myself to do anything. I kind of have to push myself. I'm rambling. I'm rambling. I want to be able to find my own voice, my own artistic voice, and share it. And share it. Yeah, art. So, what does that mean for this channel? I want to be able to upload a video every week. Okay, because I'm free Wednesdays and Fridays. That's when I plan to make the art and edit the video. So I want to upload it every Friday at 5 p.m. GMT plus 8. That's my time, 5 p.m. my time, Philippine time. I'm still experimenting with the time I upload because I haven't been here in a while. And when I was younger, I just uploaded it whenever I was done. There was no schedule. It's just like, oh, I made something, post. So I want to try and have the schedule. So yeah, 5 p.m. GMT plus 8. So let me know if the time is weird, if I should change it or anything. If there's a better time to upload, I'll view my analytics. I downloaded YouTube Creator Studio. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Sorry, I hit my phone. I'm recording on my phone. I don't have a mic. I already said this at the beginning. Okay. Second, I don't know. I don't know why I said second. Anyway, I want to know, do you prefer, you viewer, hi viewer, I hope you're still listening and did not fall asleep to me talking. Do you prefer the little ASMR like noises from the last video? Like when I was fixing up my watercolor palette. Do you like those little noises in the background? Or do you prefer like in this one where it's just me talking over it, a voiceover? I can't believe I've almost recorded the entirety of this video. I thought I would not have enough content to talk about. Anyway, do you prefer the ASMR like of the last one, or do you prefer the voiceover in this one and a little background music? I mostly had to do it here because the last one had like a lot of background noise because this one had a lot of background noise that I was not comfortable with uploading. Anyway, so yeah, tell me what you prefer. If you prefer one or the other, or if it depends on the video you're watching. I might do a mix of both. I'll probably do a mix of both. Yeah, okay. So, for the rest of the video, I'll just, play a little music to the end because I'm not gonna force myself to talk to fill up the time. So, I want to say thank you if you made it this far. It's a very long video. I'm so sorry if you sat through this and just heard me rambling this entire time. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. So if you'd like to join me on this sketchbook habit journey, reconnecting with my art, reconnect with your art, fall in love with art again. Let's do this together. Let's make 2024 fun. Let's make it fun for us artists, okay? I believe in you if you're joining me, and if not, feel free to just watch the ride. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.